Anyone who's ever tried to find a home to rent in the capital will know what a massive headache that can be. Mind you, if you happen to have a disability, the whole process can become even more challenging. In some instances, almost impossibly so. Paul Carter went to find out how some people are being locked out of the rental market.
There are 11 million disabled people in the UK, and when it comes to the rental property market, it appears that they're being ignored.
The lift isn't working.
And our investigation has found that the complete lack of understanding by the estate agents is exacerbating the property crisis. My name's Paul Carter, and as you can probably tell, I have a disability. I'm very lucky. I have a flat here in North London that has pretty much everything that I need. It has ground floor access, an accessible bathroom, and it's close to tubes and shops. However, not all disabled people in the capital are quite as lucky.
It took me nearly a year to find a job, and then it was being as difficult to find a house as it was to find a job.
I think that estate agents and letting agents don't look at disabled people as good potential customers.
I've been ringing them every day for about 3 or 4 times a day for about 4 or 5 days. Ugh, this is a nightmare.
Ollie, Judith and Charlie are about to embark on their first jobs in London and are looking for somewhere to rent.
I've recently sort of found work in London, then started looking for places to live and found that actually to find somewhere that's like accessible and affordable and available.
I've currently been offered a job with the Department of Health, and it's an internship for about 6 months, and it means relocating myself to London.
Just been offered a job in Paddington, and I've started, but I haven't got anywhere to live, so at the moment I'm staying in a hotel.
As the first port of call, our trio of Trailblazers are scouring the internet for suitable properties to rent. In terms of accessibility and things that you need in a flat, what is it you're looking for?
Basically a building that doesn't have a step into the building.
A downstairs bedroom, downstairs bathroom.
You need to be able to get in, and you need to be able to put a ramp in if you want to.
Trailblazers is a national network of young disabled people who come together to address the issues that are important to them. They recently published a report that highlighted how estate agents, landlords and local authorities keep on failing disabled people in their search for properties.
I think that estate agents and letting agents don't look at disabled people as good potential customers. Therefore, they're sort of ignoring their needs. Therefore, they don't actually think about the information that might be required.
London has over 4,500 estate agents listing over 80,000 properties at any one time. To find out just how difficult it is for disabled people to find a flat, we followed Ollie in his search.
Looking for a property, a 1-bedroom, the main thing is access, to be honest.
In his search, Ollie phoned the top 10 estate agents listed on the website Rightmove.
I don't think there'd be much options really for that price.
So you don't have anything at the moment?
I mean, at the moment we haven't got anything for wheelchair access or anything at the moment. So I'll have a look and see if we've got anything suitable.
Ugh, this is a nightmare.
Do you get any benefits from the government?
She asked, was I on benefits, which I thought was a bit, not much need to assume that I'm on benefits and I'm not working,
To be honest, we haven't got anything, but like I said, I can take your name and number.
That doesn't sound very promising.
After trying for 5 days and over 10 hours spent on his phone, Ollie has finally been told of one property that's accessible and worth visiting. But for Ollie, even going to the viewings is a struggle.
Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare, to be honest, because I have to ask friends to meet me, take time out of their lives and stuff to come and meet me and get them to help me in and out of my car at both ends,
Get your chair over that, yeah.
It's pretty much fully furnished.
Is it?
We've got living area here, cooker here. I don't know whether this cooker might be a bit too high for you.
Oh my god, look at that drawer.
It's got a dishwasher as well, which is fairly handy.
The one today, everything was accessible apart from the ovens were just way too high and which wouldn't have been safe if I was lifting anything in and out of there. So yeah, not very successful really.
We did a survey of the 10 leading estate agents in London and found that none of them have any information on the accessibility of their properties.
It would be great if estate agents and letting agents and groups like that would work with people like Trailblazers. We have hundreds of young disabled people who need this service. They know what they need. If the estate agents talk to us, we can help them out.
Yeah, this is not too bad.
Back in North East London, Ollie's struggle is continuing. He's been to see 3 different properties with 3 different estate agents, all of whom assured him they were suitable for him.
Can you just help me out with this, mate? Let's lift the front up. There was 3 separate steps just to get into the front door of the property, which was a bit of a nightmare.
But anyway, I would probably move the bed that way.
And the bathroom, yeah, there was just no way I'd be able to get to the toilet and manoeuvre myself on and off it safely. Yeah, that property was just no good at all for a number of reasons, really. I'm just praying that the next one will be better.
The second flat is well within his price range, and at first sight it looks promising. But then he discovers there's a problem.
The lift isn't working. Which, if this happens often, could be a bit of a problem.
The third flat that Ollie viewed was accessible, but sadly his budget just couldn't stretch far enough. Trailblazers found that 4 out of 10 disabled people were told by estate agents that a property is accessible, only to turn up and find it is not.
You start to feel like a bit of a burden to your friends, and it's not a very nice feeling. And if there was some sort of list or register or something like that that would sort of give the information and save me a lot of sort of heartache.
Some of the companies letting the properties visited by the Trailblazers are members of the Association of Residential Letting Agents. In a statement, the association told Inside Out,
"Agents should understand the mobility needs of their customers, and it is important that any letting agent who is a member of the association provides a professional and courteous service to their customers. Our code of conduct states that members should not discriminate against a client or tenant on grounds of race, colour, creed or disability."
Ollie has been staying with friends for the last 3 months while he's been searching for property in London.
Hey mate, how you doing?
And with no luck, he's turned to the local council for help.
I've resorted to looking at literally calling all the councils in London, all of which just direct you to the same place, the same department, saying if you show up with all your bags and your ID and claim to be homeless, then they'll put you in some sort of shelter for the time being.
Yeah.
And then put you on the list and the waiting list to then try and find to be put into a sort of accessible housing, but that can take up to like 3 to 5 years.
So that's only if you declare yourself homeless.
Yeah, and and that's what we're going to do for 3 to 5 years.
The lack of access information provided by estate agents is clearly causing huge problems for disabled people. I went to find out if there's any way reforms could be pushed through to force landlords to implement an access register.
I think that's a good idea, actually, but what I don't want to lose sight of is the responsibility of landlords and letting agents. Government need to start to highlight some of these issues to the letting industry and to landlords in general, and they can do it. They can do it in other things. I don't see why they can't do it on this one.
Okay guys, so
Any reforms would come too late for our Trailblazers, but have they found anywhere to live?
I'm still looking. They are just long process it's been. Going through over 50 agents to call.
Really recently I found somewhere. It wasn't through an agent. I just gave up trying to get anything from anybody else, and it was just from sheer persistence and calling everybody and visiting everywhere all of the time.
Estate agents just really aren't that helpful when it comes to telling me, giving me information about what is accessible, if they have anything accessible. They don't even know themselves, to be honest. Half the time when I ring them and ask them, they're just like, to be honest, I don't know.
It's clear that to have real change here, estate agents must view disabled customers the same as any others.
it needn't be a complex problem to fix. What we need are small changes from all sides, which will drastically improve the life chances of disabled people right across the country.
We Brits are